So I'm just going to sit back here in my nice chair and put my feet up and just start rattling some things off. Some of these things might trigger you a little bit. I mean, they certainly make my noggin go a little bit berserk sometimes, but that's alright. You may have heard of some of these things, you might not have. You might think I'm nuts, which, to be fair, would probably be a fair assumption on your part. But yeah, just here we go. So first up is a classic thing you probably heard of is the parkway versus driveway thing. Obviously, you drive on the parkway and you park in your driveway. I don't know who messed that up back in the day. It just makes everybody look stupid. I mean, literally their definition is the exact opposite of what their word says. This one I don't think you probably have thought about. When people ask for a cup or a glass, in my opinion, if I ask for a cup, it means I want like a plastic thing or like foam or some material. If I want a glass, it means like it's made of glass. But really, glass is just the material. And so if I was saying glass, if I wanted a plastic cup, I would just say plastic, right? But for some people, they say glass, it just means any cup of any sort. And in my opinion, that's just not true. I mean, if you want a cup, it should just be anything, any material at all. A cup, it is any material. It's not like a specific one. If you say glass, people are probably going to give you a glass, I think, rather than a plastic cup. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me, that's for sure, and probably doesn't bother anybody. You know, it's just one of those things I think about sometimes. Here's a good one. An apple comes from an apple tree, and a pineapple comes from the pineapple plant. But if it's called a pineapple, why wouldn't the plant it comes from be called a pine tree or a pine plant? Because then from that pine plant or tree comes an apple, therefore calling it a pine apple. I don't know. I'm just saying. It could have been a thing. Going off the pineapple trend, thing about Hawaii, why do they have interstate highways in Hawaii? Because interstate means it goes from one state to the other. Hawaii's in the middle of the ocean, so why would they call them interstate highways? They're not going anywhere. I mean, that doesn't make any sense either. Okay, so obviously it's later in the evening now. I just thought I'd crank out a few more of these things because honestly I think they're pretty fun and a little interesting to talk about. So, yeah. Here's something to consider. You have something, let's say, like a gas station. They're usually open 24/7. If that gas station is open 24/7, it means they're open every single hour of every single day, all year long. Do they put locks on the doors at these places? Because if they're open all the time, why even bother? So, boats have life preservers, which makes sense because if you're sinking, you want to be able to float. Well, planes also have life preservers built into the seats, of course, but wouldn't it make more sense for a plane to have, like, a parachute? Because if you're starting to go down, maybe people could, jump out and then just float safely down, possibly. I feel like they should have built something into, like, the whole plane itself or the chairs, so that if, like, you could, like, blow the top off the plane and have all the chairs like pop out at the same time and then like float down all together. That might be neat. Why do the terms fat chance and slim chance mean the same thing? You'd think if you had a fat chance at something happening, it would be really good because fat, is larger. But slim chance means the same thing and slim is small. So that doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little different. I don't want to do ranting every single day, so hopefully I'll mix a few of these in. I'll probably have to look up a lot more though, because obviously off the top of my head, I don't just come up with these interesting questions or stupid words that make no sense. So hopefully I'll have more of these types of videos made going forward.